Darlings, well, we do have some sort of good news. It looks like, per the New York Times, Miss Wendy Williams, how you doing, has signed a legal document to end her guardianship. Her medical evaluation is set next week. I'm happy that she is taking this next step in her battle for her own freedom. In the previous video, where I was talking about Kanye's seeming quote unquote stunts, loss of control, I'd say, his antics. Well, we now have at least a Miss Wendy, who I believe she has a sober companion or a sober coordinator, something like that. She's 60 years old, and she signed an affidavit today, this afternoon, asking the judge overseeing her conservatorship case to end the guardianship. I believe it's called guardianship in New York. Per the New York Post, sources have told the Post that Williams is claiming that she's, quote, regained the capacity, unquote, to function without her court-ordered guardian, who is Sabrina Morrissey, who's been in charge of her well-being and finances since 2022. She still does have to be evaluated by a doctor on Tuesday, adding that the physician was handpicked by Williams's legal team, with whom she hired to end her guardianship. And then after that, I believe her lawyers will then file an emergency order to, ask the judge to look into the ending of the years-long guardianship. I believe recently she on an interview, I think was it with TMZ? She said that, yeah, I think so. It's like an interview or a documentary called Saving Wendy, something like that, where she said that, among other things, and sadly, she confirmed that one of the reasons why conservatorship was initiated on her behalf by her bank, Wells Fargo, is because they saw that there were a lot of large sums that were being withdrawn from her account. And per Wendy, I suppose she had given access to her son to this particular account, and the son was unfortunately misappropriating those funds, such as the reported, I don't know, 86K or so spent on Uber Eats in a year. It's like 86K, what the dang. And also, she mentioned that there was a person that was misrepresenting themselves. I'm using it in a neutral, plural term, as Wendy. Like, this person was, I guess, posing, if you might say that, posing as Wendy, who is actually somebody Wendy is aware of, not personally like close to her. She also said that this is not one of her family members who was introduced to her by her own son. So, wow. I'm sure that it pains her, her being in this state that she's in, this predicament that she's in, which was, according to her, again, unfortunately triggered by the mismanagement of funds by her son, which, Wells Fargo, doing their due diligence, felt like the people around her were not not necessarily looking out for Wendy's best interests, which triggered this guardianship um, against her person. Um, so, um, I hope that she's well on her way into better, and greater health. And I know that there's going to be more days, dark days, where she has to be confronted with, the fact that her son might have been a source of some of this these dark days for her, being in the guardianship and things. But I hope that they find a way to heal, and I hope that she and her son, because she only has one child, they can learn to hopefully heal together, forgive each other. And I also hope that her son has truly come to terms with um, the role that he played, unfortunately, in his mother being caught up in this guardianship and, having um, all of the control of her life literally removed from her. So, anyway, darlings, I hope better days for Miss Wendy and everybody else who are in the thick of a guardianship, a conservatorship, or who are suffering in any capacity, be it health wise, be it, with like familial relationships and things like that. Darlings, remember, you're all kinds of fabulous. All kinds of fabulous, whether you're sad or not, or in between, you're still fabulous. And remember to not ignore the red flags. You want to leave grace for others, but please do not ignore those red flags. And also, remember to always journey in gratitude. I shall see you all, my darling dears, in the next go round. Toodaloo for now. Bye.